Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from the Daily Wire. This is dated November 25th, and it is entitled, Washington Commanders Agree to Uncancel the Redskins Logo, and hear the cheering of the crowd in the background, because I've done multiple videos on this before and how I think it's stupid that, even though I don't watch football anymore, that their name is the Washington Commanders, or they're the Washington football team before that, because people are so offended about their logo, and it's ridiculous. So it says the censorship of the former Commanders logo was a classic case of woke gone wrong, the Montana senator wrote. So this is about, I don't think it's the new guy in there in the Montana, that's Steve Daines. Yeah, that's the guy I was thinking of. Yeah, Josh Harris is the Washington Commanders managing partner, as it says here. So into the article, it says Washington Commanders managing partner Josh Harris and the NFL Commanders ownership group have agreed to uncancel the Redskins, the iconic Blackfoot Chief logo, history. So that's great. In the post on Facebook by Republican Montana Senator Steve Daines, the congresswoman wrote that the censorship of the former Commanders logo was a classic case of woke gone wrong. I applaud the Commanders and the NFL for their commitment to never censor the logo again. And it's funny they got censored because I think a Blackfeet chief was the guy who made the logo, and I think it's of himself. I don't know if this article is going to go into it. And like, you go and do any polls of fans saying, like, should the Redskins keep the logo, and it's like overwhelming that people are like, yes. And they even did it with the Native American population, and they're like, yes, they're the Washington Redskins, like that, we want that there. But then, it's of course white progressives that are like, no, you guys are oppressed, you should not want that. So let's keep going here. It says, and for working with the Walter Blackie Wetzel family, so the Wetzel family, to restore the logo to a place of prominence and heartfelt to benefit Indian country, he added, mentioning the Native American artist who used Blackfoot Chief John Two Guns Whitecalf, that's a hell of a name, I like that, as the inspiration for the logo the NFL team used for almost 50 years. I want to name my kid Two Guns Whitecalf. That's just badass. In 2020, the team announced it was removing Redskins from its name, and 2 years later announced the National Professional Football Team would be called the Washington Commanders, like a generic name. So the name change came about from pressure from the cancel culture mob following the death of George Floyd, and those who claimed that the term was racist and offensive to Native Americans because they're stupid. The same folks that got rid of Aunt Jemima and all that stuff. So yeah. And scooting on, says, speaking of Fox News, Daines called out the irony that the woke mob was canceling Native American culture, as in the DEI, and as we all know, it stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, movement went way too far. That they did. As earlier this year, a local DC news station came under fire when it was revealed that it was blurring or removing the logo and archival footage and photographs of the team, the Tampa Free Press noted. Jesus Christ, like, really? Is it that? It's not racist, guys. There's nothing racist about it. Just, why are you doing that? And in February, the NFL censored the logo on its X account, because the NFL is retarded, when honoring previous Super Bowl winners, Daines noted during his remarks on the Senate floor. He also pointed out that the team had been selling a shirt that also blocked the logo. So, like, if they were to find, like, Joe Theismann and say to him, like, hey, man, what team were you on, during the majority of your playing career? I don't recall if he was on it for his entire career. Do you think he's going to go to the Commanders? He was never on the Commanders. He was on the Redskins, okay? What about, like, Doug Williams? Like, hey, that team you won the Super Bowl with, who was it? It wasn't the Commanders. It was the Redskins, and so on and so forth. As Daines has said he would approve legislation for the building of a new stadium for the Commanders as long as the team agreed to never censor the logo again or degrade it. I think that's fair. Says that includes the team using the logo again in some shape or form, i.e. historical images, videos, merchandise, even using the logo if the team would want to use it. Its throwback, God, that sentence is written weird. If the team should want to use its throwback game jersey, etc., the Bozeman Daily Chronicle noted. I find it funny. It's like they censored the history, and it's like, again, besides what I said before about the players being on the teams, like, what are they supposed to do? Like, you go look up the Redskins history or the Washington football team's history, and it's like, no, there wasn't a team here before 2021. Or 2020. Like, there's nobody here. Even though there's a stadium and a professional football team was playing here and other teams are coming here to visit, there just wasn't anybody here. We just don't talk about that. It reminds me of the old Family Guy cutaway that Brian and Stewie were in Germany, and Brian's like, hey, your tour guide doesn't say anything about your history from 1939 to 1945, and the guy's like, we don't talk about that here. Or something like that. It's not the exact sketch, but it just reminds me of, like, guys, something obviously happened. Like, there's no need to be ashamed of it. because it's nothing to be ashamed of. It says, under-erasing the logo would also mean that if Wetzel wanted to use the logo in a throwback uniform or something created to be posted in the stadium, etc., he could, Fox News noted. Well, good. As Wetzel's grandson Ryan Wetzel said that he feels good that a plan will come about to honor his grandfather's legacy, the Daily Montana reported. It says it's exciting to even have that conversation if they said it would be gone forever, Wetzel said. Because following what the senator called good faith talks with the league, he was proud to say, after speaking with my constituents, that they are satisfied with the ongoing negotiations with the team and feel optimistic about the direction that they're heading. Therefore, I will support the bill and vote in favor of its passage out of committee with the condition that the team follows through on the commitments made to the family. And I just thought, like, why is the senator from Montana doing this? Like, if there's anyone from Montana that happens to listen to this video, do you guys cheer for the Redskins? I mean, I figure there's probably some closer NFL teams to you, like the Seahawks or the Broncos, something like that, but certainly not, the East Coast, basically. But anyway, yeah, I was just curious about that. So what do you guys think about this? Are you glad that, like, hey, the Washington Redskins team and logo are being uncanceled? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.